TIZZ TALK Podcast.
Welcome back to the TIZZ TALK Podcast. Come on, guys, you know who I am. It's Chucktizz or Chuck Taco, whatever the fuck you want to call me. And I got my motherfucking co-host on the line, Toowoketogobroke. Broke. What's up, Toowoke?
Yo, TIZZ TALK, not to be confused with TikTok.
Oh, I haven't heard that one yet. They should rename it TIZZ TALK instead of TikTok.
They
Or
should.
TIZZ. No, that wouldn't make sense. Fuck it. I was gonna say TIZZ TALK, but it's TikTok. It's the same shit. You see what I'm saying? Just a different letter. Gotta get creative. You always come up with the creative shit. Anyways, TIZZ gang. We're back. YouTube episode number 2, but I don't know what episode this is actually of the actual podcast, but I'm learning as I'm going. As you can see, we're sitting right next to it.
Yeah, what up?
No, what up, son? High five. Wait, I gotta do it this way. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. Some interesting stuff going on this week too. Personally, work related, the markets, the state of the economy. I don't know, man, lots of stuff. So, I pulled some articles up, but before we just jump into anything, I mean, something funny happened today, and Toowoketogobroke made a really funny comment. And we're going to name this episode after this comment, because I have to. Like I said in the last episode, guys, if you guys want to join the Bag Boys Discord server, which they're streaming live right now, I'm watching this shit. I'll drop the links in the bio or the description in the YouTube and on all of the audio platforms. But yeah, just a bunch of fucking children in there, man, fighting. And like, I own the server and I'm like out and about and they're just sitting there just talking mad shit. And I finally was just like, all right, that's it. Like, and then I pinged everybody and then all of a sudden, Toowoketogobroke never gets on this thing ever. But I saw him typing. I'm like, oh, y'all just wait. Toowoke's about to speak some fucking knowledge on y'all motherfuckers. And like, they're like, who or what? And then your comment was, I'll tell you right now exactly what it was. I got it pulled up. It was so funny. Because I was like, yep, there you go. They were arguing, these idiots were arguing about
who's the better trader,
who's the better trader, who's got the cooler watch, like this, that, and the other. And it's like, stop flexing, who gives a shit.
Yeah.
And I was just getting so fed up with it. And then Toowoketogobroke comes in and goes, one liner. And then he left. You don't live entirely on your quote unquote investments. You should quit arguing over who is king of Nothing Mountain. And so guess what, guys? Welcome to Nothing Mountain. I was like, that's the best thing ever. And guess what? Everybody shut the fuck up after that.
Yeah, man.
They stopped talking. Oh, man. sTIZZ with your silent, invisible S. You were supposed to come on the show.
He teased us. He teased us, man. He said he was going to be on the show, and then he said 9 o'clock my time, and then we get a last-minute cancellation due to now, guys. This guy's how old is sTIZZ?
He's our age. He's actually like, I think his birthday is really close to yours.
He's 33, 34. This man canceled on us to go to a baby shower, which I'm like, what the fuck? Like, men aren't even supposed to go to baby showers. Like, you're supposed to put that down with prejudice. Like, you're supposed to be like, it ain't going to be like, oh my, what? I'm going. Like, no, it's like wholeheartedly, no, I will not be attending your baby shower. I'm a man. But he's from California, Cali man. It's like the opposite of Florida man. Florida man goes too far being a man, and Cali man doesn't go far enough being a man. It's like,
what about Texas?
Texas is a good blend. I think most southern states have a little bit, I think Texas, Tennessee.
I feel
I
like
think
we're not
Alabama.
really the South. We're like
No,
right
you're
in the
not. You're
middle.
not the South.
We're like right in the middle between West and like
You know what Texas is? Texas is a little bit country and a little bit rock and roll.
we want to. Everybody wants to be our own country, man.
You know what Texas is? ZZ Top. That's what Texas used to be. Now Texas is turning
LaGrange.
into
LaGrange.
like fucking Toby Keith, but it used to be ZZ Top. You know what I mean? Like
LaGrange, baby.
yeah, LaGrange. One of the best first albums of like any band, man. Like that shit goes hard right there.
No, it does. And it's so funny. B Welds was just in town this weekend. He lives in LaGrange, and man, did we have a fucking did we have a fucking rough night last night? I gotta say, I don't go out much, guys, and I was like basically forced to with some old friends, and man, I blacked out. I'm not gonna lie. I drank more than I have fucking drinking. I woke up with the worst hangover. I called Toowoketogobroke. I was like, dude, I'm dying. I'm not gonna name any other names, like the crew I was with. It was wild, dude. Like girls were jumping out of cars at 30 miles an hour. What the fuck?
What happened there? I heard a little peep about that. Who jumped out? Where? When? Who?
I got to say the name of who did it, but it was a girl. And I don't really exactly remember what happened, but like B Welds was driving and he hadn't been drinking. And I was in the back seat and she was in the front seat. And I don't know what was, I can't remember, man, but all I know is we were going 20 miles an hour. She just opens the door and just like rolled the fuck out. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it broke.
Didn't get hurt or anything. I mean, what? I don't.
I mean, I think
y'all just kept driving.
No, we stopped. It broke his door handle off his truck.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so he's super pissed about that. But yeah, like I don't. Yeah, she's fine, but I don't remember exactly like the state she was in after she did. Why did she do it? I don't know. Damn. I couldn't, dude. Yeah. Wild day, wild night. No more going. That was it for me. I was like, I'm done. I was like, done. I've been done. I go at one time and all this shit happens. Oh, dude, it's wild. And I was with the old gangster crew.
Yeah, circa 2005.
Circa 2000 fucking 5. Yeah, whatever. Shout out to everybody I was with last night. Good times, bad morning.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh man. But anyways, yeah. So that was my experience last night. I called Toowoketogobroke basically. Like I was like lying on my floor this morning. I was hurting so bad. I can barely.
Well, you know me. I've had a couple bad hangovers the last 6 months. So it was it was good to hear you suffering a little bit.
It was rough, dude. I mean, as I said, hair of the dog. I mean, it's Sunday night. I'm still feeling it.
Yeah.
Let's just put it this way. Weed didn't even help. Okay.
Damn.
Yeah. Normally it does. Not this time. No. Anyways. All right. Let's go. Speaking of ZZ Top and like great music coming out of Texas, segue here, but I had something, that we just had the 30-year anniversary of Nirvana's album Nevermind.
Damn, that makes me feel kind of old, man.
One of the most classic albums ever.
My sister was, she's a little older than us, and she was she was into Nirvana. So that's really what I remember more about Nirvana is like my older sister being into it. You know what I mean? But,
I was more of a Sublime guy, but I learned to love Nirvana over time. It's just crazy how both of them died.
I feel like Sublime was a little after Nirvana.
No, they were. Well, they got hotter after like Nirvana.
Yeah, I'm sure they were a band, but like what was that one with the sun on the front cover? What was that?
Yeah, that's
Sublime
that's the self-titled one.
self-titled. Yeah, that was.
That was
I feel
in
like it was
96. 96.
yeah, that's about right. Yeah,
And so Nevermind was released in 91.
yeah. That was like
Which
the beginning of the grunge.
yeah,
You know?
Kurt Cobain. I mean, and the similarities between Kurt Cobain and Brad Nowell, who's the lead singer of Sublime, they basically died like within years of each other of the same thing, heroin overdose. It's crazy. And I was the biggest Sublime fan when I was younger. I mean, I loved all that shit. I mean, Robin the Hood is a great album. I mean, 40 ounces
40 ounce to freedom.
40 ounces of freedom. You got the self-titled, which was Brad Nowell's last one while he was alive. And they did some later releases of like unreleased songs, but classic. But back to Nirvana, I mean, just they were the innovators. I'm not the innovators, but really did. I just can't believe it's been 30 years.
Well, they made grunge mainstream. I mean, that's what they did, you know. I mean,
yeah, like Nine Inch Nails. Like Nine Inch Nails was around like the same. They're different, but like it brought that to the main
alternative rock, like
collective soul.
Yeah, dude. What was that? That was that. What you say?
I don't know. You know they're a Christian band.
What?
Yeah, Collective Soul is like a Christian band.
What you say? Wasn't that one or something? I can't remember what.
Yeah. No, it was. I can't remember all their songs. I just,
like, don't turn around.
Yeah, that one. Let your head, no baby, just spit me out.
That doesn't sound that Christian. She should have swallowed.
Yeah. Yeah. We just say what we want here. But yeah, no, like I had to bring that up because you were talking about ZZ Top. Great. ZZ Top, they did the remix of the 25 Lighters on My Dresser.
Oh yeah.
You never heard it?
Wait, who are you talking with? What now?
ZZ Top
redid. I never heard their remix of 25 Lighters.
Yeah, dude, check it out. Check it out.
That's tight.
It was recent. It was like
I could hear them. They'd be like, "I got to get paid." Like,
I got 25 lighters on my dresser. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
that's what
I gotta get paid. Ha ha ha.
Shout out B Wells out there in the Grange, man. Like,
and then, I mean, the coolest thing, you got ZZ Top. Weren't two of them named Beard, and then one of them didn't even have a beard that was named Beard, and then the others did have beards or something wild like that.
I don't know all the details behind it. I know they all. Well,
do you remember that Spanish teacher at Bel Air that was like a ZZ Top groupie back in the day? I can't remember her name.
There was a woman.
She loved.
I didn't have a woman Spanish teacher, so I probably don't remember.
Okay,
that.
Yeah, she's like pretty much admitted she was a ZZ Top groupie back in the day. I was like, all right.
I mean, ZZ Top's the jam, dude.
Yeah, definitely. Hell.
I mean, who the fuck would have ever known about like the fuck the Grange is? Like, like they made a song. I mean, that's classic. And
they were dope, man. They were. Remember, they had the gold grills. They had Cadillacs. They had. They were just badass, man. They were just straight gangster.
And that other song they did.
Was really not out with the cheap sunglasses.
Well, cheap sunglasses is another one, but it's like dun 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 dun. Fuck, it's like a well-dressed man or whatever the fuck.
Sharp dressed man.
Sharp dressed man.
Every girl's crazy. Sharp dressed man.
No, yeah, ZZ Top, dude. They're fucking classic.
Yeah.
Got to give the shout out to Nirvana though on the 30-year anniversary.
What's a funny? We may have talked about this on another show, but you heard about that kid suing Nirvana, right?
No. What?
So you remember the Nevermind cover with the naked baby?
Yeah.
So this fool had the nerve to like celebrate it, like the 10-year, the 15, the 20-year anniversaries. All of a sudden this year he got the idea, hey, I could probably sue for this since I was a baby and I didn't like ever okay it or whatever. So he's suing.
Currently?
Currently, he's suing because nobody asked. I think his parents didn't even give permission. I don't know where they got the picture, but it's like, bro, Like, come on, man. Like, it's way too long ago. He personally celebrated like recreating the photo on his Instagram and shit, like on the 20-year anniversary. It's like, come on, now you want to act like a fucking bitch about it? Like, come on, man.
I mean, I remember when I was a kid, like seeing that album cover, like I was like, well, this is a little
yeah, with the fishing for the baby with the money.
Yeah, a little baby's penis is like in the way.
But remember, there's like a fish hook with like a dollar bill.
Yeah, I'm literally looking at the album cover right now.
Yeah.
It's been a while, but
so I guess the kid thought his wiener was small on the cover or something. It was like, you were a baby, dude. Like, get over it, man. Nobody cares about who's the baby, and nobody would have even known you were the baby if you hadn't fucking posted about it 3 different times. You know what I mean? Like,
I just can't believe they're suing now.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. There should be a statute of limitations on shit.
There are, but I mean, on that, like, I don't know. Man, fuck. Jeez, yeah. That's crazy. I can't believe somebody has a nerve to try to sue Nirvana. Fucking 30 years later, get the fuck out of here. Cut the check, motherfucker.
Yeah, fuck that kid.
Oh, man. Well, TIZZ gang, just wanted to bring that to y'all's attention, but I know I got plenty of things to talk about, but did you anything in particular you wanted to speak on? Because I know last time we were talking about Master P, and that was like the topic of discussion and out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah, Master P, baby. No, I got nothing on my mind this time around. I think I saw Rolling Stone or something, which they're irrelevant at this point anyway. Rolling Stone is completely irrelevant. But
you mean the magazine or the band?
The magazine.
No, I was gonna say
they just came out with like the top 100 or 200 songs of all time, bro, and the list is so bad, dude. Like they have like Lord in the top 20. They have like
wait. You're telling me CLB, Certified Lover Boy, is not like top 10 songs on there?
No, here, let's pull it up. It's let's see here, Rolling Stone.
I'll let you pull that one up. Yeah,
top 500 songs or some shit. They just came out with it apparently, or not too long ago,
Yeah, but it's still relevant. I mean, as long as it wasn't like months ago.
Oh, dude, they have such shit on here, dude. It's like it's pathetic. Like I think they have like, okay, here we go. Let's go to the front of the. Oh shit, man.
What?
Well, it's just like taking too long to like load the front,
Yeah.
But let's go 1 through 50 here because it's just so.
We're gonna go down the list. All right, let's do it.
I mean, people, it's and they're just trying to stay relevant because they have no, they've just got nothing. So anyway, so the first song on the list is Aretha Franklin, Respect. Like, okay, whatever.
I gotta respect Aretha Franklin, man.
Yeah, I respect that. Written by Otis Redding, by the way.
Okay, all right. I can dig that.
Public Enemy, Fight the Power is number 2.
Really?
Yeah, which
I mean, that was at the time, that was a very.
I would say maybe because I think that song is like one of the first hip hop songs to like use the funky drummer, from fucking, which was like sampled over and over again, the funky drummer from James Brown, but still kind of a ridiculous number 2. But Sam Cooke, Change Is Gonna Come, number 3, Bob Dylan, Rolling Stone. Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit, number 5.
That deserves to be there. I think that's probably placed correctly.
Marvin at number 5 of all time, though, like that's kind of but okay.
I mean, that was the song, man.
Yeah,
like,
Marvin Gaye, What's Going On? The Beatles.
I mean, if we're gonna start talking about Marvin Gaye and the Beatles and shit, I mean, okay, then maybe 5 is a little high.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The Beatles, Strawberry Fields Forever. Like, come on, that's.
What about Yellow Submarine?
Missy Elliott, number 8, Get Your Freak On.
Is that the one where she's like, get your freak on?
Get your freak on.
What's the one where like she talks backwards?
That's
with the down with the mountain that.
yeah, I think that's the one where she's like, just shave my chocha. She says that. Fleetwood Mac Dreams number 9. But I mean, Missy Elliott, Get Your Freak On number 8 song of all time. Like, what are you
fuck out of here?
About?
Get the fuck out of here with that shit. I mean, I'm surprised they don't get Kellis or not Kellis. There was that one rap chick who was like, my neck, my back.
Yeah, I think that was Keely. Wasn't that No, Kellis was Milkshake. I can't remember, but Outkast, Hey Yeah, number 10. That's not even their top.
Hey Yeah.
Dude, that's not even their 10th best song.
No, not at all. That's like there's Outkast has way better songs.
Like, I love that they put Outkast on the list, but you're gonna take Hey Yeah, dude. Like,
well, you got to think about it, but like they're probably taking it the statistics, like of how many listens and how many.
They're not doing that though, because Aretha Franklin respect and like, no, they're not doing that. They're just being douchebags.
But Hey Y'all was that one Outkast song that like the entire
their biggest hit. It was
the entire public could like, you know, they loved it. They wouldn't love all of their songs, but like that one specifically was like their biggest, probably most.
And I'm not saying it's a bad song, but I'm just saying Outkast has 9 other songs better than Hey Yeah, in my opinion.
More than 9.
And you're going to put it at number 10. Okay. The Beach Boys, God Only Knows. Stevie Wonder, Superstition. Now that I definitely would put up there in the top 20 for sure. That's number 12. Rolling Stone, Gimme Shelter, number 13. That's one more what you expect.
I love that song, man. I love that
song. The Kingz, Waterloo Sunset. I mean, you know, they were very influential, so I'll give it that. The Beatles, I Want to Hold Your Hand. That song sucks, dude. Like, fuck you guys and your Beatles bullshit. Most overrated band of all time. Crazy in Love from Beyonce, number 16.
Bye. Get the fuck out. No.
Now, Queen, but you're going to put Bohemian Rhapsody behind Get Your Freak On?
Oh, my God. That makes me so mad. That is an all-time classic.
Now, Purple Rain, 18. Okay. John Lennon, Imagine, number 19. I mean, it's a good song, kind of boring, but it's a good song.
It's fitting within the range.
But then, bro, they start getting ridiculous. Robin. Do you remember that Robin girl from like the 2000s?
No.
Dancing on My Own. Dude, it's just like a little pop bullshit.
If I heard the song, I would recognize it. But
dude, that never should be in the top 20 of anyone's list, not even Robin's list. Billie Holiday, Strange Fruit. Now that definitely deserves to be, you know, high on the list. The Ronettes, Be My Baby. That's good. Motown classic. David Bowie, Heroes. The Beatles again, Day in the Life off Sgt. Pepper's. At least that song's better than the other two they named. Yeah. Kanye West featuring Pusha T, Runaway at 25.
What? I mean, I like that song. First of all, by the way, that is the easiest song to play on the piano. It's like, I'm hitting my piano keys right now. It's like 4 keys. That's it. And then drums.
Joni Mitchell, A Case of You, Bruce Springsteen, Born to Run. I'm not a Bruce Springsteen guy, but he's huge. You know, that's fine. Talking Heads, Once in a Lifetime. Dr. Dre featuring Snoop Dogg, Nothing But a G Thing, 29. So it's like, you know, I don't know. I
love that song.
No, I love that song. Should be on the list. I'm just saying, like, some of the other Get Your Freak On. You're gonna put Missy Elliott, Get Your Freak On.
That makes no sense.
Before Nothing But a G Thing.
I'm surprised I haven't heard any Black Eyed Peas yet.
Bro, they put Lord Royals at the 30th best song of all time.
No. I cannot agree with this.
Rolling
Stones, you need to cut the check, son.
Yeah, Lord Royals. I mean, and I actually, for a pop like girl artist like that, I think Lord's actually kind of like, I don't listen to her, but that CD was actually like, you know, had some good beats and like chicks digged it, and it wasn't like, you know what I mean? It wasn't like fucking Billie Eilish's weak ass. The Rolling Stones, Can't Get No Satisfaction. So we're going to put that below Lord Royals. Okay. Notorious B.I.G. Juicy.
That's good. I don't know if it's placed properly, but it deserves to be.
It should be on the list. But to me, the thing that I hate about Juicy is it's one of my least favorite Biggie songs.
I agree.
It's like
it's because it was like his first big hit that everybody knows.
Yeah, Chuck Berry, Johnny B. Good. You know what it was? Is Juicy was one of the first rap songs that like all white kids knew the words to. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly. And same with like ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. Like that.
Everyone loved that. Birthdays was the worst days. Like everybody loved that shit. Okay.
My favorite Biggie song is the one with the who the fuck is this? Paging me at 5:46 in the morning, crack of dawn, and now I'm yawning. Wipe the cold out my eyes. See who's this paging me and why? Yeah. Like that shit's tight.
Yeah, Chuck Berry, Johnny B. Good. James Brown, Papa's Got a Brand New Bag. Like these are what with Little Richard, Tutti Frutti, the White Stripes, Seven Nation Army, 36. Hell no, dude. White Stripes.
Get the fuck out of here with that. I mean, I like the White Stripes, like some of their songs, but that's too high.
Yeah, When Doves Cry, Prince. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Otis Redding, Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. Yes. Can we please put that song ahead of any Beatles song ever, please?
Can we please put that like in the top 10?
Yeah, exactly. And then they got Outkast, Bombs Over Baghdad.
I was waiting on that.
That's not even one of their top 20.
Bombs Over Baghdad. Like that I was waiting for you to say that because I had a feeling it was coming. And no.
It's like, can we get something off of Aquemini? Can we get something off of
ATLians, man?
Fucking Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music. Like, let's get some real shit, man. Like, y'all are just some fucking
Spodioliocious, whatever.
Damn. Delicious, baby. Yes, man. I love that fucking. I love Waylon. One of the shortest songs. Dude, I love that song. In the zone like Kaiser Sose, always the usual suspect. No check. All I got in this game is my respect.
See, but me and you have a different like style of like respecting music compared to like everybody else.
But I agree. But Jimi Hendrix Experience all along the Watchtower, like that's a great choice.
Great album.
Joy Division, Love Will Tear Us Apart. That's like iconic 80s. Like I get that, you know? Yeah. Bob Marley and the Wailers, Redemption Song. Like, hell yeah. That was like global. Temptations, My Girl, Michael Jackson, Billie Jean, Kendrick Lamar, All Right. Number 45, Kendrick, All Right.
It's a good song, but I think it's placed too high.
He's going to be all right. Yeah,
it's going to be all right. We going to be all right.
I'm sure a lot of people will hate for this, but Kendrick is, and don't get me wrong, he's a great lyricist, great rapper, but as a musician that you just want to jam his music, he is so highly overrated.
It gets old after a while.
And I hate to be that guy because I hate like hip hop and rap, like Drake and shit is offensive to me, but you still want like repeatability. You know what I mean? Like you still want to be able to listen to a CD like a lot of times, just be, you know, not only be like knowing every word, but also just be able to cruise in the car, not even paying attention and just jamming.
Well, that first album that Kendrick dropped was actually
Big Kid, Mad City.
Yeah, that was a good fucking album. Dre was.
It was.
I mean, for him to like come out like he would at that time, I was like, man, this is like. Now I take it back now, but I was like, man, this is like the new Tupac.
Yeah, but he's got his head too much on his shoulders.
Well, now I don't feel that way anymore, but I did when it first came out. I was like,
and now, see, if you want to go off of pop hits,
shit, yeah. Whatever happened to Ain't Nothing But a Gangster Party?
Yeah, they don't even have a Tupac.
Where's the fucking Tupac at, man?
Check this out. They have MIA Paper Planes at 46, and it's like, and don't get me wrong, like I actually understand that song more than like a lot of the others because that was a huge hit. You still hear it, like
it was good. It was the theme song for that movie with Seth Rogen and Jane
Yeah.
Franco. What the fuck is it called? God damn it.
Pineapple Express.
Yes. Pineapple.
Yeah, Paper Planes was all over the place. I actually always hated that fucking song, but
have you heard the Wheezy? Have you heard the Wheezy remix on it?
But Diplo produced it. Like, it's a Clash sample, so I ain't gonna hate too bad. I actually like the Clash quite a lot. But the fact that you're not even gonna have a Clash song before Paper Planes is pathetic. And then we ain't even got Tupac. And you're gonna put
how do they fucking come up with this list?
Elton John, Tiny Dancer, 100%. That's fine. Radiohead, Idiotech, Lauryn Hill, doo-wop that thing. Like, okay.
Lauryn Hill. Oh my God, the Fugees.
Daddy Yankee, Gasolina, number 50.
Oh, get the fuck out.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, this list, like, somebody should be hung from their fucking toenails for this shit. Like, this is pathetic, man. Like, and we're not going to go any further into the fucking list. But
yeah, we hit 50. We hit 50.
We hit 50, which is pretty damn impressive.
Well, no, that's what you said. You said you're going to go through the first 50. And I'm not impressed by that list at all.
At all, man. Like, it's actually pathetic. And we know they're trying to appeal to like younger people, but I don't know, man. Get your freak on in the top 10. Like, Missy Elliott was dope. Like, she's the best woman rapper of all time, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah, she's way better than Nicki Minaj, dude.
Okay, rapper. I was like, wait, come on, man. Aretha Franklin, Mary J. Blige, but like that's R&B. That's different.
Yeah, and Lauryn Hill would probably be the best female rapper, but she sang a lot. Like, you know what I mean?
What about Lil' Kim?
I hated Lil' Kim.
Fuck Lil' Kim.
Foxy Brown was probably like decent at one point. I never liked her verses because she was always on with like some of my favorite rappers. So it would just be like, dude, she's like not even close to on the same level as like you hear with Jay-Z, The Firm, with fucking Nas and AZ. Like the last thing I want to do is hear Foxy Brown after I hear Nas and AZ.
Those are pretty hard to beat.
Yeah, so like, but that's the only reason. But Foxy Brown was, decent. Missy Elliott, Nicki Minaj sucks to me.
Nicki Minaj is not like. I've heard a lot of her songs, but I ain't gonna relate to that.
Oh, what's that? Oh shit, I'm forgetting. Oh man, she was
Cardi B.
No, back in the 90s. What was her name? Oh man, I feel bad. She was probably the best rapper, actually. What the fuck was her name?
Was she a part of a group? Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Oh yeah, TLC, maybe but maybe you put Left Eye or whoever the rapper was, T-Boz.
I don't know. I was just thinking out loud. I don't know who you're talking about, but
Salt and Pepper's here. Maybe you could do that. MC Light. Oh, Queen Latifah. I forgot about Queen Latifah.
Oh, Queen Latifah's a boss.
Yeah, but MC Light's who I was thinking about. She was pretty dope.
It's just like I don't agree with that list at all. The way it's ordered, like that's trash. That's garbage. Come on.
But who do you know that even has a Rolling Stone subscription?
These days, who the fuck knows? But back in the day, though, that was the shit. Like, I
didn't even really know anybody that had one back in the day. But
I didn't. But what I'm saying is, you're
right. There was a time when it was the shit.
You got TIZZ gang. Go watch the motherfucking. I said this last time. The Defiant ones. Okay. Go watch Jimmy Iovine, and Jimmy Iovine is just some Jewish dude who's just real smart. He knows music, and he goes up to Snoop and Dre, and he's like, "I want to put you guys on the cover of Rolling Stones." And Snoop's like, "Rolling Stones? What the fuck is that, man? We put us on the Source, man. We want to be on the Source." And Jimmy's like, "No, you don't understand." And they did that cover. There's a classic cover.
Yeah,
shot.
I remember that shot.
And then Snoop was talking to you. He goes, Man, I swear to God, after that, I never had so many white people come up to me in my life saying, what, it just blew them up. It was like during the Chronic, the first Chronic album.
Yeah. Sometimes I think them old stories get blown out of, like it made a fucking difference, but whatever. We'll give it to him.
Snoop was saying it was the first time in his life that white boys were walking up saying, Snoop Dogg, because of that, because back then we didn't have social media and shit.
That's true. I mean, you didn't like see people's faces much. But let's be, it was really more MTV and shit. But anyways, I want to talk about one thing before we and maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't. If you haven't, then we'll touch on it next time. The Many Saints of Newark.
I haven't seen it because the way I watch my movies, I have a site and it's not in HD yet.
Okay, well, we won't talk about it.
It's on my list that it didn't do very good.
We won't talk about it till you've seen it.
I'm just saying, I had it on my list and it looked like it didn't perform very well.
I concur, but I don't want to say much and muddy your waters.
It's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying.
What did you think of The Irishman?
It was very long.
I'll say it straight up sucked. It was a shit movie.
I can't say it was a shit movie just because like Joe Pesci like impressed the shit out of me in that movie. Like he's just that old fucking.
Yeah, Joe Pesci was by far the best. I will agree on that. I'll agree on that. But Scorsese, I'm sorry, they did a shit job. They spent
and it was way too long.
They spent a ton of money.
And the Jimmy Hoffa thing.
Who cares?
Like what? Oh, that's what happened because you put it in a movie.
Yeah, exactly. But Scorsese, the directing wasn't even good. They spent a fortune on that movie. You had all those heavy hitters, and really only Pesci had a good performance. And the story sucked. You didn't care about any of the characters.
It was very slow. It was
shit.
Yeah, it was.
But I compare it a lot to The Many Saints of Newark. Like it's just boring. Nothing's going on. You don't care about any characters.
I don't want to hear it. You're going to ruin Tony Soprano for me, dude.
You might not want to watch it, to be honest with you.
I might have to take your word for it because I love, The Sopranos, my favorite show. And so if this is going to fucking deteriorate it, in my mind,
it will do nothing for you as a Sopranos fan.
I was actually stoked about this. Okay.
It answers one question.
Don't do it. Don't ruin it for me. Yeah. I'm going to watch it.
The question doesn't really have anything to do with, well, it's not what you think.
Well, I don't know what you think. I think what I'm thinking.
It's not what you think.
Regardless, I didn't look into it, but I heard about the ratings.
Crappy movie. It's a damn shame that they made it and then that they made it like they made it. It's like I would have had a better time just chilling with like old school Paulie, old school Syl, old school fucking Pussy.
Are they not in it? They're not in it. They're not part of the
minor, very minor.
Well, I know Uncle June's in it.
Uncle June's in it. A lot of them are in it. Richie April's not even really in it, dude. It's really? Like it sucks, bro. It sucks.
Stop. Just stop.
And here's the thing is like as a standalone movie, I'd say it'd be like, what the fuck was that? But with all the tools and all the backstories and all the great characters they had to work with, it was like, what the fuck is this shit, man? Like, you had all this shit already built in, an audience that already knows all these characters. You don't even have to explain shit. Just hit the ground running. And they just fucking like meat grinder slow, dude. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit, dude? Like, crap.
I thought they hyped it up, and I thought it was going to be great. And well, I'm going to have to.
The only funny thing was Joey Diaz is in it.
Joey Diaz,
and he does a decent job.
Wait,
but the Italian accents.
Joey Diaz, which one?
The comedian.
Oh shit! What's he doing?
The Italian accents are horrible, bro. Horrible.
See, James Gandolfini is just unreplaceable with this shit.
And it's his son that plays him.
His real son?
Yeah, which was kind of cool. He has like a similar kind of shit-eating grin at times, and I was like, okay. Other than that, I didn't really feel him in the role, but a couple times his facial expression was like really good. I was like, oh shit, like I see Tony, you know what I mean? But other than that, crap, man.
All right. Say no more.
Yeah.
I'll just say no more. Speaking of movies, did you ever watch the first Venom movie?
I didn't, but it looked kind of gritty.
I liked it a lot. The first one. So they just dropped Venom 2 and Let There Be Carnage, which, if you know comic books, Carnage was the red guy.
Yeah.
Venom was the Spider-Man. But I haven't seen it. But so it just dropped this weekend. I'm super stoked because the first one was really good. Woody Harrelson plays Carnage.
I'll check it out.
I haven't seen it yet, but I've seen the first one. And the first one was really good. Spider-Man wasn't in it, but it just like...
Well, thank God. Spider-Man is one of the worst characters in all the cinema movies.
Well, I think he's in this one, but
Toby Keith.
No, not that.
Or Toby Maguire, not Toby Keith. That would have been fun.
No, the new Spider-Man kid.
No, I know. I'm saying I was gonna run through the list. They all suck.
No, the newer ones are better than fucking Toby Maguire, dude. Fuck, dude.
Dude, I was on 2CI when I saw Spider-Man.
You told me this. I think we talked about
Oh my God, dude. Funniest movie I've ever seen.
Well, yeah, you were on 2CI.
But it was hilarious.
I'm sure it was.
If I could this sounds crazy, but if I could fast forward, like rewind and just relive one like hour, it wouldn't be like the first time he got laid or no, I would go back to Spider-Man on 2CI, bro. We were laughing.
Can you even get 2CI anymore? Is that shit even
probably
exist?
not, but I'm sure it's illegal now, but what was so amazing about that story is it was a packed theater and we were all losing our fucking minds and we were getting shushed and people were pissed, but nobody went to go grab the manager to get us kicked out because we should have been kicked out of that movie and we were not. It was awesome, man.
But that was back in the days, man, like high school shit. You know?
I mean, I'm talking like Psycho Ward laughing. Like we were laughing so loud that like your stomach, like it hurt. You know what I mean? Like high-pitched laughing gas Joker
when you
type
take
laughing.
a bunch of mushrooms and you just start laughing so hard and you can't stop.
Yes. And imagine like 6 dudes doing that.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody hated y'all. I mean,
one part, like Uncle Ben dies or whatever, and like his face like pops up on the screen as like a ghost saying something, and we were all losing it. And this guy's like, "Oh yeah, real funny."
Oh God, I wish I was a fly on the wall for that one.
It was so good, man.
But anyways, back to Venom: Let There Be Carnage. Sony's follow-up to the 2018 supervillain film blew past expectations at the ticket booth this weekend. The film, which stars Tom Hardy as the ravenous alien symbiote, notched an estimated $90.1 million at the North American box office this weekend, which totaled over every movie they dropped.
That's kind of cool because movies have been doing so shitty. It's good to see, something happening.
Coming back. Hey, yeah. AMC to the motherfucking moon.
Yeah. What's it at right now?
Like 39, 40.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah, I'm probably buying calls this week.
Nice.
Maybe.
Well, what else we got on the agenda, man? What's the next?
I just want to talk about. I mean, since movies are like coming back and AMC made a deal with a lot of these streaming services that like I don't know if you know about this, but they go to the theater for 45 days exclusively, and then they can go to streaming platforms.
Okay.
So that's what's going on right now.
I see.
So, AMC is not just a meme stock. It is, but at the same time, like there is some fundamentals and some behind it, like with what they're doing, like how they've strategized this. And that's why I like.
What's their value? What's their market cap?
GameStop? AMC?
Yeah.
I want to say it's like 40 billion. No, let me see. I'll tell you right now. Give me 2 seconds. I mean, I should know it off the top. Well, it changes so much, I guess, but it is load, motherfucker.
Because I'd much rather be the owner of CarMax than I would AMC at this point.
Well, because used car prices are like off the charts.
They will be for years.
Why is that?
Because when the price of shit goes up like it's about to, and like it already is, like people are going to start holding on to their cars longer, trading them, selling them, buying, it's going to be a used car market for a while, I think. And then you got the chip shortage on top of that. So less cars are.
We're about to get into that.
Okay.
We're about to. AMC, their market cap is 54.37. Oh no, that's average. Sorry, volume. It's 20 billion.
Okay, that seems fair. I mean, a little high.
A year ago, they were trading under $2.
No, I mean it's high, but at least it's not like out of the fucking stratosphere like a lot of stocks are these days.
I mean, when it hit $72 back in June, when I was holding those contracts, the market cap was probably 80 billion.
Yeah, well, double what you just said, basically.
Yeah, it was short-lived.
Yeah.
It's your boy TIZZ made some paper. So,
hey, not to backtrack, but you know what? If you wanted to have some fucking party music, some fucking influential shit that was off the wall, they should have put fucking 2 Live Crew in that motherfucker.
Boys the Man.
2 Live Crew, man. Everybody, hey, we want some pussy. You can't tell me that didn't change the game.
What about Farside?
Yeah.
What about Gangstar?
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Guru.
What about Rakim?
What about KRS-One?
Yeah, KRS, Rakim, and Eric B. Like, come on, man.
But see, they weren't just focusing on rap, though. That's the problem.
But they put rap in there, and they didn't.
They did, and they included the worst of the worst. Yeah, they did. Yeah. So you were talking about this chip shortage thing, and I want to get into this because it's a big deal. It's a big deal. I've heard
what's funny is it seems like almost any product at almost any price has these chips in them. Like almost every fucking thing we use these days has these fucking chips.
They do. And I've been seeing articles all over the place, but saying like, I think, was it Elon or somebody said, oh, the chip shortage is fine. Like it's not what it really seems. Well, I got to call your bluff, Elon, cut the check, because everything else I'm reading, and I'm going to read the title right now. Semiconductor chip shortage could extend through 2022. Marvel CEO says. I'm going to go into some key points, and then we'll have a discussion. The quote unquote painful period of the semiconductor chip shortage could extend beyond 2022. Marvel Technology CEO Matt Murphy said during a CNBC technology interview. Other chip industries executives such as AMD CEO Lisa Su has signaled that an additional manufacturing capacity will begin addressing those issues next year. The shortage has harmed several sectors, but perhaps no more than the automotive industry, where production has slowed due to a lack of chips, leading to drops in sales, except for used cars And that's probably the reason why.
It's a big reason why.
It's fucking crazy. So I shorted, I bought puts on TSM and, did fairly well.
I'll tell you what, if you wanted to make a short-term swing this week, I'd put calls on, I think CarMax's
they just had their earnings
on Thursday.
They just had crushed.
But I bet the run-up was sweet.
Well, so what happens is, how earnings work. Like people they run it up and then it sells off.
Yeah.
And then once it gets back down to the level it was at, then the buyers step back in.
Yeah.
That's probably not a bad time to buy calls on CarMax. Just look at your call options and look at the volume, look at the open interest, look at all that shit.
But anyway, the chip shortage, I think it's going to be long and it's going to be strong. And I think there's a market here for American companies to step in and, fill some gaps here. We don't need to get all our fucking semiconductors from fucking Taiwan, Korea.
Well, we have AMD, we have Intel, we have NVIDIA.
But the problem with all of them is they're behind all the Koreans and the Taiwanese. They're behind.
No, I know. TSM.
Intel particularly.
Fuck Intel. That stock moves so slow, dude. Oh my God. I don't want to talk about the call situation I got in on that.
But chip shortage. What's actually, what is causing it? Just supply chain?
Well, so I was going to talk about this too. So what's going on, the ports, especially the Los Angeles port and San Francisco port, you just got ships sitting out there full of product. They can't get delivered because there's a traffic jam. It's bad. And so they're rerouting to Houston, which is going to get bad too. It's already bad. And the supply chain just fucked up. Across the board. Look at lumber prices. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's come down.
But they were at one point 100 times what they used to cost.
Yeah, it's just nuts. I think what I've been hearing is murmurs of food. Food's already been going up, but they act like it's only going up 8-10. I've been hearing some things a lot of food's going to be jumping 30%, 40%.
Oh, it's coming.
And not just meat. We're talking onions. We're talking basic
apples.
Shit. Yeah.
No, I know. And trust me. And my opinion is the fourth quarter. Okay. This is not an opinion. This is statistics. The fourth quarter of every year tends to be the strongest quarter, bullish in the market.
Of course. Right? You got Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I don't know if that's going to happen this year with what's going on.
Oh, I think it is. I think it's happening.
Right.
I think it's going to be robust, but I think that it's all just this is what Gil Scott-Heron was saying when he said, "My brother, the revolution will not be televised. It will not be brought to you by Coca-Cola and your friendly folks at NBC. The revolution will not be televised." This is what starts that kind of shit when the prices of things get so high. I think then the dollar
value gets lower because
I think that they're priming us in the next 10 years. I almost guarantee that anybody that wants food stamps will be able to get food stamps. I believe
I'll take them all day. The government gives free shit out. I'm taking.
I think you're going to see more free mandated.
Even though I don't need it.
Mandated government money will be given out more on a universal basis over the next 10 years. And it's because it's a system where we have less workers, we have higher inflation.
Socialism.
Yeah, but it's because of the lack of foresight from all these assholes in charge. They just think about one election cycle, and so
they want to pump up, they want to juice up the market.
But what I think you're going to see is that I think the market's going to go soaring past 40,000. I think you're going to see.
What's
Dow
the
Jones, and just, I think you're going to see the NASDAQ hit all-time highs again and again and again.
They've been hitting all-time highs.
Well, no, I'm
it's like
saying,
every
but
other
again
week.
and again and again, because
So
what they're not telling
does
you is
that
it's not
stop?
real numbers. It's not real numbers.
I have a feeling you're right. Fourth quarter will be strong. 2022 first quarter might be as bloody as it could be.
I actually think that, remember when we were talking about the roaring 20s? I think we may be in store for a long, 5-6 year period of really of what feels great to everybody.
Oh, you're going to say history is going to repeat itself? So when the 30s hit, it's all over?
I think it'll happen before the 30s, but I think we're talking 2026, 2027. Then you're going to start seeing the cogs just falling out.
Do you see it as a crash or a correction?
I see it as like the lost decade of like the 2000 to 2010, or I see it as I see a crash and then very little, like a kind of a flat line for a little while, because
they call that.
Unless you see interest rates rise dramatically with the market continuing to be robust, which I don't expect to see at any point in time in the next 5 years, then all of a sudden panic is going to set in majorly. But I think the next 2 years are going to be strong. I really do.
You could be right. I mean, nobody knows. If we could honestly predict this shit, we'd all be billionaires, right?
We're one major negative event away from a bad place right now. And so that's the one thing that could change what I'm saying.
So everybody, TIZZ gang, get ready to buy puts.
Because if one major global disaster or, big terrorism or some crazy shit happens, there is not much to be done to correct it except for just print. So
print, and then buy puts.
And then, sorry, poor people, you can't afford shit when they're done doing that. That's what's going to happen. And that's why I said the revolution will not be televised. All they're going to tell you on TV is, no, inflation's under control. No, we're still seeing what we plan on seeing. Don't trust these big name economists. They're full of shit.
Well, that's what I used to have my big dick Bezos for.
Yeah. Bitty bitty bong bong.
Oh, it's just long gone now, but that's another story for another time.
But yeah, no, I think, I think we're in for another good year.
I'm not going to disagree. I just think the correction is coming. Nobody knows when. I mean, I don't know.
Because what I did was I quit thinking logically when it comes to the market as to like what should happen. Because what should happen always
that's called fundamental analysis.
Well, what should happen?
Are you looking at technical analysis? Like
I'm a Michael Berry kind of guy. I see the negative, but you have to know that all the bullshit they used to prop up all this crap, it takes years for reality to set in sometimes. But then once
Michael Berry, he predicted it 3 years in advance, and he was having to pay premiums on those credit default swaps, losing money, and then all of a sudden it happened, and he made everybody, himself and Scion Capital, billions.
But he was correct when he started, and it should have happened when he started. But there was so much bullshit going on.
There was so much
2 to 3
manipulation.
And so think about how much money we spent at that time. This is like putting that. That's why I think we're going to see multiple good years, because they've pumped so much money out there that
I was just talking to somebody about this earlier. This is insane. Look, if you look back at the
cycle of money, the cycle of money is a real thing.
Look at the .com bubble and compare it to the levels we're at right now.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to look at. And by the way, with that being said, the Americans have pumped or printed more dollar bills in the past 18 months than ever in history. That's insane. It's like you might as well just switch to Dogecoin at this point. Jesus.
You know what's amazing, and I think a lot of people don't know this, that the actual real money supply compared to the actual amount of wealth in the world is very, very drastically different. Like say Jeff Bezos and a bunch of rich people actually wanted to pull their money out of the market. They can't actually do it. And that's what I think a lot of people don't understand about the market and finance is finance. It's not what people think it is. It's not like a dollar is there. It's a dollar has to keep moving. Money has to keep moving in order to create more and more wealth and more numbers on a screen. And as soon as that dollar stops moving, it loses all value in real terms. You know what I mean? So it's like.
Well, here's my rebuttal to that. The United States currency is one of the only currencies that it's basically accepted worldwide. So for it to crash is something. It's not like Greece and their currency crash. Like like it's the American dollar. So that plays a big factor into this situation.
Well, of course.
I'm not saying that it can't be affected, but that's a big factor that, in my opinion, that it won't crash, but we are definitely going to see the dollar become less valuable and prices continue to rise for some time. Is that hyperinflation? Is that what do you call that?
Well, the bigger fear is stagflation.
Stagflation, that's right.
Yeah. It's harder to overcome, and it's more of a realistic problem that we could see.
Hey, Jerome Powell, cut the fucking check, son. Shout out to, I'll do announcements and shout outs here in a little bit, but let's see. I'm not going to go into the mini Saints in Newark because you already did that. This is an interesting thing. I got to tell you that. I don't know if you heard about this. And it blows my mind. I'm going to read the article. The ground is literally exploding, excuse me, due to climate change in Siberia. And it's only going to get worse. Siberia, like the cold tundra of Russia.
Yeah.
The ground, it's gotten so hot there, which is wild. Ozone layer shit, that it is literally, the ground is like falling within itself.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys should see this fucking picture. It's insane.
So, hey, I just wanted to backtrack 1 second because this is interesting. And so this is what I wanted people to understand about trust, money supply, finance, and how money has to keep moving. And people need to keep buying in order for our stock market to be strong. And this is exactly why. So we're going to go back to 1999. And granted, it's gotten drastically worse since then. But 1999, okay? 3,000.
The .com era.
3,066 companies were named were part of the New York Stock Exchange, okay? And if you added all the stocks in the world,
only 3,000. So right now there's like 65. There's like 6,000 something. I don't know.
This is so New York Stock Exchange. Okay, there was 3,066 companies listed.
It's doubled. It's doubled since then.
But just listen to this. All the stock value at that point, okay, in 1999, all the stocks put together, U.S. stocks, were valued at $15 trillion. But guess how much actual money was in existence in the entire United States?
At that time?
Yes.
Well, I can tell you when. Okay, well, we just did 6 trillion and
No, but just think about that. So you're trading in a market that is worth 15 trillion. in the same country where all the money in existence at the time was $6 trillion. So you have to understand that all that money doesn't actually exist. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't
It's printed.
exist.
It's like you said, it's like Dogecoin.
It's
It's
money on
infinite.
a screen. So the
It's
minute that the tide turns and enough people are selling, especially at the top levels, you run out of money, right? I mean, that's why shit crashes so hard. And right now, that was like a 2.5 to 1. Right now, it's like 4 to 1. So all of a sudden,
Michael Burry made a very great statement. I don't know if I said this on the last one, but you know how you predicted the housing crisis, right?
mhm.
So the reason why he's shorting Kathy Woods and all this stuff is his logic behind it. And I thought it was pretty interesting. He said, he's like, all these retail traders and all this stimulus and everything, everybody's just pumping it up.
Yep.
It's gonna come down, guys. You better buy puts.
Yeah, I just think timing the bad times is harder than timing the good times in this world. But obviously it's coming at some point, but that's not really a real statement. It always is going to have ups and downs.
Well,
But
yeah,
I agree
but
wholeheartedly.
he made a good point though. It's like all these retail traders are just like throwing all
Like
their
they
money
say,
at AMC and all this
like they
shit.
say, when the janitor is giving you stock advice, it's time to get out of the market. And that's where we are. You've got people who've never done shit in their life telling you what stock to buy, and it's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Watch out for some of those Discord channel call outs. Like, be careful.
because let me tell you this too, is that's exactly what that money stat that I just said, that's why it's so important. Because when people start selling, it happens in a blink of an eye. Because that money, that fucking liquidity, it dries up fast because there's only so much real cash out there. And when the market's worth 4 times as much as there is cash, then the minute that sell-off starts happening, you get all these liquidity issues and problems, and all the rich people are hoarding their money, and all the poor people that have been buying all this shit, all these stocks that they don't know what the fuck they're buying, and then they start panic selling, the shit just fucking hits the fan. Everything comes grinding to a halt, and there's not enough money to actually pay everybody out, even if they all wanted to sell at one time.
And another problem is if, just like in the 30s, if everybody wants to liquidate and get all their cash out, you can't do it. The banks can't cover it.
And the one thing I think we're going to see is when the crash does happen, don't get me wrong, rich people the ultra wealthy are always going to do better than the retail investors, obviously. But
Well, I don't know. Not against me.
But I think we're at a point when the crash does happen, there's going to be a lot more rich folks hurt than in the 2008 crisis. I think you're going to see a lot of people like Kathy Woods holding the bag, and they're going to the bottom of that bag's going to rip out. And I'm not saying Kathy Woods is going to bust. I'm just saying there's going to be some people that are very highly touted and worth a lot of money right now that are going to eat shit hard when the shit hits the fan off of this one, whenever it does happen, because they're buying in. I'm hearing a lot of really rich, smart people buying in just like dumb retail traders are to ideas that have no principle in history. There's no rules.
Retail traders such as myself, and trust me, TIZZ gang, I have lost thousands learning how to trade options. I still lose, but I'm up finally.
Yeah. And see, that's the beauty. If you can stay, I can see how if you could stay really disciplined in options trading, how sometimes you could be better off than a short to medium term stock trader, because when the shit does hit the fan, you at least have, if you're only betting with like 10% of your stack or 5% of your stack and the shit hits the fan,
and it's
when
short
it
term.
does, fast.
Short term, you can get it's
Well,
a short
you
term
go
play.
zero on 10%. That's still only 10%. If you're holding long term equities and they go down 50%, you're gonna hold that bag for a long time to get your money back.
That's why you buy leaps, baby.
And so
Because
it's all about
you
top
could just
management.
continue to scale in if you're 2 years out on your expiration.
Yeah. So, I do see some benefits actually that are um, less risky about options, but there's, obviously there's a lot of risk on each individual play.
There's
But,
a lot of risk in options.
of course. Each play is more risky, but as a portfolio hold, if you happen to have money in when the shit hits the fan, if your pot management's correct, you're only down a certain amount. But anyways,
True that. No, I mean,
well, let's
that was it. Next. No, I just wanted to finish on the Siberia thing. You remember back in 2020, we did an episode. I told you there was this point in time where Antarctica was warmer than Florida.
Yeah,
one time.
yeah.
Yep. So this ties to the Siberia. Siberia is supposed to be cold as fuck, but it's the ozone layer has gotten so bad over there that it has become so warm that the ground is exploding beneath it.
What?
Dude, here, I'm going to have to share.
Hey, share screen. Share screen. I like a share screen.
I'm going to do the share screen on this.
Exit out of all your porn tabs and then share screen.
Yeah, let me get Pornhub out of here. Wait, what do you see?
Huge glass explosions are erupting in the icy soils of Siberia.
Let's start from the top. All right, you see that?
Yeah.
It's a pure stroke of luck that none of the explosions and their giant craters have caused loss of life or infrastructure damage, said one.
Yeah, I love how the quote is one scientist. Like at least put
look at this. Look at this.
Damn.
This is in Siberia where it's
so my guess is that since the permafrost that's always there is gone, now you're getting like these methane and bubbles of natural gas that are seeping through the ground.
Yeah, I mean, and if you want to read this, it'll
causing huge pockets, and then when they burst, it's just like boom.
I mean, Chauvin and his colleagues based much of their model on an expedition to examine a new crater called C17, which formed about 2 months after it exploded in Siberia's Yamal Peninsula during the summer of 2020. The fresh conditions of C17, which is 100 feet deep, provided new insights into the dangerous interplay that occurs between shallow surface layers warped by global warming and deeper pockets of
and that's what I was saying is, and like if you look above, it says, the permafrost is melting, and so it allows the seepage of all these gases to hit new layers and pockets, and then boom.
It's just like a hole in the ground.
It's amazing.
It's a crater. It's nuts. It blows my mind. But that's that too. So you saw that. All right. So I mean, I just, look, I don't anybody's take on, you want to call it global warming or climate change. Look, I get it. It's cyclical. This shit happens. But we are amplifying the fuck out of the process, like out of the rate of how. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Of course I do. I mean, back in, back before we even really had an industrial revolution, this was back during the French Revolution. The globe got cold, it was the mini ice age, right? That's why beer was invented and a lot of other shit. And
that was the cyclical moments, which it's all still cyclical, but now we have pushed it to another level.
But when it comes to carbon, you can get. It doesn't take very much at all to change the temperature. You can do this in a fish tank if you want to experiment. Put a heat lamp, set off some fucking baking soda and vinegar. You're going to get carbon dioxide. That aquarium's going to heat up a few degrees very quickly. You know what I mean? So it doesn't really matter what the fuck the cause of it is, people. If it's happening, it's still going to fuck shit up. And you got to figure out a way to take carbon out of the fucking atmosphere. I mean, that's just the facts. So
they're supposedly working on it, but that's what they say.
But here's the thing is I think it's going to have to be that kind of breakthrough. You're not going to get the globe to agree on, hey, we're first world, you're third world. Let's stop production and let's stop fucking manufacturing. Like, no, they want to get rich too. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not going to be consumer based. It's going to be technology based. It's going to be industry based. It's not going to be us drinking out of cardboard straws. It's not going to be paying 10 cents for plastic bags. It's not going to be farting in a fucking recycled can. You know, it's not going to be consumers. Okay.
Farting in a recycled can? What the fuck?
Just saying, like, they're going to act like it's us. When, yes, individually it is all of us, but it's really the industry, it's the countries, it's the governments that really are the ones that produce and can control any kind of effective change in being carbon neutral at all.
And I've read some crazy shit. It's like, we're at the point of surpassing reversal on some of this stuff.
Yeah. And so, we'll see what happens. But
the fucked up thing is it's not going to happen in our lifetime. Like it's our children's life that really is going to see the effects of this.
Well, like I always say, fuck them kids, you know what I mean? But it's like, when it comes to the globe, let's be a little more practical,
I mean, look, this is our spaceship. This is our planet. This is where we live, and
Earth is my planet.
And all I'm saying is, it's just like a lot of people, boomers especially. It's like, well, I ain't gonna be around for this. I don't give a shit.
Well, me and Larry were talking about this the other day. The boomers are they love to celebrate themselves, but they're actually the worst generation of all.
They're the worst.
They were softer than the last one. They produced all these shitty kids. They fucking just they had it easy. They had the last easy road. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my dad's
retirement.
A boomer. He got lucky as fuck doing what he did. And just a shout out to the boomers, and I what are we? Gen Z, Gen X? What are we?
I don't even know. But
are we millennials? Doesn't matter. I got the WrestleMania 14 shirt on. Shawn Michaels versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, and that's D Generation X, baby. Suck it.
I'm surprised WWE doesn't have their own crypto coin yet.
Well, they're probably. But they don't have a crypto.
But yeah, man, I agree with you. I mean, I don't know what the answers are or anything like that, but I think a few things remain facts. And Japanese people and Chinese people, you need to stop fucking killing whales and all these fucking fish, bro. The ocean, you're gonna fucking kill all the dope shit in the ocean.
Yeah, if you fuck up my tuna, I'm gonna fuck you up. I'll super kick you.
Yeah, I mean, all these, don't be eating sushi more than once a week, people. Y'all gonna deplete these motherfucking things.
Well, don't eat farm raised salmon, please.
No, don't eat farm raised anything.
Well,
fish.
Tilapia is the worst too.
Fish wise, that shit is gross.
Right, the grocery stores, if it's farm raised, they color it pink salmon. It's gross. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. I won't eat it. I won't touch it.
Fucked up. No, I won't eat it either, man. And
I mean,
And
they're
it's
just
getting
sitting there just
more
eating
and
their own
more.
shit. They're just parasites. Parasites, like it's disgusting.
It's getting more and more prevalent to see.
Yeah. Why don't we do some announcements and shots? I think it's time for a little bit. Now shots. I'm gonna do some birthday shout outs real quick, and then we're gonna do some announcements here that I have for you. I want to give a very special happy G day to my homie Casey Kiernan. Okay, his birthday was on the 21st of September. He runs a fucking awesome podcast that's blown up on YouTube. It's called AM Hoops. It's all about NBA basketball. He's crushing it. He's crushing it. Absolutely crushing it. Casey, happy belated and keep doing your thing, man. AM Hoops, TIZZ fam, TIZZ gang. Go look it up if you like basketball. Also want to give a belated birthday shout out to my homie John Bass, the movie star. His birthday was on the 22nd, as well as Kathleen. Happy belated, Leaner. I was just talking to her earlier today. And the last one, well, not the last, but I got to give a shout out to the homie Robbie Wilhelm. His birthday was on the 23rd. Just turned 35. Happy G Day, bro. Couple more, and then I'm gonna move on to some announcements. Kelly May, happy birthday, 34th.
Kelly May.
Yeah, on Monday, the 27th of September. Yeah, Kelly May. The fuck?
What? I wasn't. I mean, what? I was just saying, oh shit.
No, I just think it's funny. I mean, I haven't talked to her God knows how long, but it's on my.
What are you looking at? Facebook or something? How do you know these?
No, it's on my calendars. Yeah, so Facebook is linked to my calendar, and it has people's birthdays on there. My homie David Smalls, baby, 35 on the 28th of September. Randy Davila, 34. Happy belated. Michael Bronson Hillard, one of the best surfers to ever come out of Texas. Happy belated. I know you were on the 29th, and I think he's an older guy. I think he's in his 50s. And then let's get into October here. Oh shit. What's today? The 4th? All right. Yeah. So tomorrow, happy motherfucking 36th birthday to the most degenerate fuck I know, Logan Fowl.
Oh shit.
Logo, I love you, but you're a motherfucker, dude. Happy 30. Happy.
Derelict.
Yeah. Keep wearing them fruit boots, bro.
He's still fruit booting?
Dude, he's crushing it. He's so
nice.
Good. You should look at his Instagram. Look at his Instagram. He's crushing it.
All right.
And honestly, that's really all I have. Except for guys, the TIZZ turns 35 on October 21st.
Nice.
Makes me feel old. But guess what? I'm gonna say it. I'll say it every time.
Oh gosh.
Nah, I won't say it. Fuck Drake.
Yeah, fuck Drake. I'll go there. Yeah, easy. Fuck Drake. It's not even fuck. It's fuck Drake fans. That's really what it is. Fuck Drake fans.
No, it's fuck Drake too, though.
I
can't hate on the guy who's making a ton of money.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I say fuck the fans, man. It's like you guys, you don't know what's good and what's bad.
Oh, you mean RAPP?
Oh yeah. Well, he's just a little fucking. He's on the dick so hard he can fucking taste it. I
got an OVO tattooed on my fucking hand. It's like, dude, you guys. Oh my god, I'm not even gonna get into it.
Yeah.
He's gonna hear this shit and be so pissed off. Anyway, so that was the birthday announcement.
Well, like ODB said, he could suck my dick.
Oh, he can. You saw how he treated me that night. I was sitting there like, dude, I mean,
Visions of grandeur. The guy, guys,
he called himself the Kobe Bryant and the motherfucking Michael Jordan of the radio game. It's like,
yeah,
the
a guy
fuck
y'all
out of
never,
here.
a dude you guys have never heard of called himself that. I mean, come on, like what the fuck?
He did introduce me to Bun B, Killer Kelly on. I got to
I
give
don't
him
give a
credit.
shit.
Well,
Hey,
I mean,
call yourself the fucking Johnny Dang of radio. Then fine, I don't give a shit. But you ain't no Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. That's
when
like
I got that
fucking,
comment that night, I sent it to you. I go, look what he just sent me.
like, what do you think you're fucking Dan Patrick? Like, what do you think you're fucking what's that dude's name up in New York? The most famous radio dude, Howard Stern. That's the Michael Jordan of radio. Not fucking some little fucking dude who had some shit on some AM talk radio in H-Town. And I'm not even hating. It's just a little bit of reality is good sometimes, people.
No, it is. And I got to give a little bit of respect to the RAPP just because, like, you know, he did introduce me to people. He did like put me on the scene to like be able to have personal cell phone numbers to Killer Callion and Bun B, Slim Thug. He did do these things. Now the whole Drake OVO thing, that's the gayest thing I've ever
King
seen.
of Nothing Mountain.
Exactly. King of Nothing Mountain.
Full circle, yeah.
Best line on that Discord thing. I mean, everybody just shut the fuck up after that, dude. I mean, not to sound repetitive, but that is exactly what happened. I was like, guys, Toowok's about to spit some truth. I can see him typing. As soon as you said that,
imagine my
I was like, thank you.
Imagine my disappointment. Like, I never get on there, and I get on and I see these two little crybabies going at it. Guy's bragging about his Submariner, which I'm not hating. It's a nice, pretty watch, but
I don't even think it's his. I think he took a photo of it.
But either way, it's like, okay, guys, like, y'all ain't doing shit. Why don't you quit arguing and fucking go do some more research? Give me a pick that works. How about that?
Yeah. Give me some call outs, baby.
Yeah, give me 2 in a row, maybe.
Hey, I'll tell you this. Anybody in the Bag Boys Discord server, if you guys give me call outs and I make profit off it, I will Venmo you 10% of whatever I make. And if your success rate is 70% or higher every 2 weeks, I will bump it up 5% and I'll cap it at 25 if you can continue to make me money.
Nice. You heard it here first.
You heard it here from TIZZ right here. I'm telling you.
I ain't giving y'all shit, but
no, I'll do it. I'll
speak up when you have a really poor idea. I'll tell you when it sucks.
Well, please do. God, save me.
Yeah.
Save me.
Save me. I want hams, yams, tomatoes, potatoes, greens, beans.
Hey, guess what? That's coming up.
Need me.
You're gonna start to see those on Instagram soon. Thanksgiving's coming up, man. Real quick, I wanna give a shout out to some sponsors real quick. I gotta give a shout out to the Discord server, the Best Trade Kingdom. I don't know why that is what the name of it is, but they gave me premium status for shouting them out on my podcast.
Nice. All right. Have you had any good tips from those guys? Or
Yeah. I've made some good money off them, actually. Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well,
now they've given me bad plays, but they've given me a lot of good ones.
Okay.
The premium account is way overpriced. I don't have to pay for it as long as I continue to shout them out.
Well, hey, I'll shout them out for you, man. What did you call them?
Best Trade Kingdom. Shout out to Bruce Wayne and Adam with 2 M's.
BTK? These guys went with BTK. Okay. A little bit creepy, but okay.
Why is that creepy?
You don't remember that dude that was killing all them people in the Midwest? BTK killer?
Oh, well, I didn't put 2 and 2 together there.
BTK. It's a rare initials, you know what I mean? So it's a little bit like, huh? But okay, BTK.
Well, okay. All right. Well, on that note, TIZZ fam, TIZZ gang.
But hey, maybe they're killing it. Maybe that was the point. We're killing it like fucking serial killers.
Yeah, killing it. I get it.
Yeah. Back to
On
back.
another note, guys, TIZZ gang, check out the Bag Boys Discord server. I own it. We put out call outs all day. We got experienced traders and we have very unexperienced traders in there. But at the same time, like when I'm looking at plays, I post them and I say, follow me if you want. I am not a financial advisor. And I only play options.
Yeah.
I have become such a degenerate option player. It's sickening.
Have you done any sports betting now that everything's legal?
Nah, I've stayed away from that because it's like option trading is sports betting to me.
You know what's weird is like, you know, and this is like a good example of why everything should be legal under the sun. Everything is because I don't know why. Like I used to sports bet a little bit here and there with like a bookie. But
no, yeah, mybookie.ag, mybookie.ag, cut the check.
It loses its allure though when you're dealing with these legal sites. I'm like, shit ain't as fun. Like if I can't see the guy pay me the money.
It's not like back in the day when we played Poker Stars or Full Tilt, you know, and all that shit, you know.
Well, it's just not the same as betting with a bookie. I like to think, oh, I'm gonna take this guy's money. Like that's what I like to think. But MGM Grand or fucking Bet FanDuel, like it's just not quite as grimy, you know, and gritty as it used to be.
Hey, they're on my watch list, by the way. DraftKings, all that stuff. Like they're on my watch list.
I think they're all pretty good long term because it's not going to be very long before they're in all 50 states and their revenue will just continue to grow. So I think some of those are good.
Penn National Gaming is another one to look at for sure.
But what else we got on the list? You got any other stories?
Yeah. So I want to talk about, I think you'll find this funny. So as the highest listened to TIZZ Talk episode ever, the big misunderstanding about the war on drugs. Well, I found an article that says how drugs won the war on drugs. And I'm going to read it out loud.
Yeah.
So I pulled this from Vice. The title is How Drugs Won the War on Drugs. Here's to 50 years of motherfucking failure. And I'm not going to read the whole article, but I'm going to read the main points. On a shelf in the Vice News Washington, D.C. Bureau, there's a glass bong signed by Democratic Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer after he proposed federally decriminalizing marijuana in 2018. At the time, Schumer declined to rip the bong himself, saying, maybe I'm a little too old. But he pledged to support lifting criminal penalty for others who might want to give it a go. Right? I'm going to keep going. 3 years later, Schumer still struggling to get Senate to follow his lead. Instead, he's yet another politician to publicly admit the war on drugs has been a misguided debacle. And to show just how hard it will be to stop, he posted a Twitter thing, but quote unquote, I'm going to read this. The war on drugs has really been a war on people.
Of course. You know what's fucked up too about the statistic? Like they say $1 trillion. It's actually way more than that because when they can count war on drugs spending, they don't include prisons. which is actually spent like over quadruple than the actual budget of the war on drugs itself. So really that 1 billion is probably closer to 2.5 to 3.
if not 3. Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say. I mean, but this just goes to prove the point of the best episode or most listened to episode Toowoketogobroke that we did. And you were right. And we talked about this shit like in for a long time, but this is back in 2020, like May.
Yeah. Oh no, it's coming around. I mean, at least we're starting to hear a little bit about it. But here's the problem, Chuck, is like things, or not you, Chuck, but Chuck Schumer.
You call me Chuck. It's all good.
Here's the thing with Chuck Schumer. It's like, I appreciate the sentiment. I appreciate that you admit that it's a debacle and it's achieved nothing and we have nothing to show for the, couple $1 trillion we've spent on the war on drugs and mass incarceration. But what I don't appreciate is I would never hear you fucking talking about it on national TV. You have to brand these things. You have to pound it into people's heads. You're asking people to change their ideas of something they've just taken for granted for a long time. Like, oh yeah, you have to fight against drugs. No, you don't. And by fighting against them, you literally are giving them more life. So you've got to preach this shit.
He's saying the opposite.
No, I know, but I'm saying you have to preach this shit over and over and over again for it to make a difference. You can't just say it one time and sign a bong and act like you're cool. You know what I mean? Like, you got to go.
It better have been a roar with like multiple chambers.
Yeah, you got to be going to war on the war on drugs. You can't fight this shit with some little.
No, I said a roar with multiple chambers.
No, I know. Yeah. More chambers than Congress. I mean.
Well, let me finish this real quick. So the war on drugs has really been a war on people, particularly people of color. Point. You know what I was talking about.
Yeah, no, I hear you, but and you know what? They keep focusing on that too. It's a war on everybody, man. It's a war on class.
But you can't say that they don't pick on it.
Oh no, I agree, but they've got to pitch it to everybody here. It's not just a black white. It's a poor rich thing. That's what it is. If you don't have money, you're a target of the war on drugs. If you do, they don't give a shit. If you do drugs, they don't care.
You're right. Let me finish this. I'm almost done. Quote unquote, Chuck Schumer. I will use my clout as majority leader to make this a priority in the Senate. Recent indications suggest he hasn't yet been able to get all Democratic senators on board with legalization of weed, let alone the 10 Republicans he'd need to smash through the filibuster.
Yeah. And like it says or later on in this article, and Obama put it well, and that's why it's very hard to end something like the war on drugs. Nobody ever lost an election because they were too hard on crime, Obama said. And that's a fact, is people are always scared of shit, and they always think somehow that doubling down on doing the same shit that never worked before is somehow going to make a difference today. We have higher police budgets than ever. We have higher prison budgets than ever. We have more money at the borders. We have more international money going.
Wait. Are they wearing black Air Forces?
Some of them are, and and it's like, if you give a shit about inner city problems, you give a shit about being just sane and not repeating the same shit over and over again, there's only one way to go.
Well, let me just say this. I'll end it this. Two articles. In some terrifying, important ways, the war on drugs is raging as strong as ever. Police still make over 1 million arrests per year for drug possession. The drug war still has wartime funding. The National Drug Control budget is set to hit a historic $41 billion in 2022, an increase of over 1,000% in 4 decades. That doesn't include 182 billion the US spends every year on mass incarceration.
See, that's over 4 times. Over 4 times.
When 1 in 5 prisoners is locked up on a drug offense. In 2019, more than 500,000 people were arrested for possession of marijuana, more than the number of people arrested in violent crimes. How fucked up is that?
And here's the real fucked up thing is say me or you, just say you're driving down the highway, you have, I don't know, a quarter of weed. Just say an ounce just to make it, you got an ounce of weed on you.
Yeah.
You get her pulled over, cop will leave.
16 grams,
You don't smell like weed, nothing, but the cop decides to search your car with some bullshit dog that doesn't even do shit, but they say he does.
Pot brothers at law.
They throw your ass in jail, okay? You're getting out, right? You got some money, somebody, a family, a friend, somebody's going to bail you out. You're going to get out of there. If you're poor or you don't have anybody, you could sit in jail all the way up to trial over some bullshit ass weed case. You could spend months and months in jail before you ever hit trial, and you're sitting there in county because you couldn't get bailed out. Like this shit's ridiculous, man.
Hey, just buy Delta 8. Shit.
And you're still fucked. They're gonna say it's weed, and you're gonna go to trial, and you'll beat the case probably, but you still might sit in jail for a month if you're poor on a Delta 8. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter.
I mean, you'll fail a drug test, but it's not illegal to have in possession.
No, I know, but the cop could say, no, this is weed, take you to jail. And then until you go to court, it's still a problem. You know what I mean? Like, it's still a major problem. If you got an arrest record, all this shit, man, it's fucked up. It's fucked up.
Make it legal. Get over it.
We can't even make weed all the way legal yet. So we're far, far from having any other drugs be legal nationwide. I think weed will be legal nationally in the next 8 years. I
think Texas is going to be one of the last.
But cocaine, opioids, people are too stupid to understand that it's not about being anti-war on drugs. Doesn't mean that you're pro-drugs. It doesn't. And you may be, but being anti-war on drugs is just common sense. It has nothing to do with the drugs themselves. That's what people need to get through.
It affects more people negatively. That
you want to end overdoses. You want to end overdose. You're not going to end them, but you want to.
And down. I was a victim of that.
Yeah, and you want to cut down on overdoses with all this fentanyl. Then take the shit off the streets. That's all it takes, man. Like, it's just blows my mind. But
it blows my fucking mind. I mean, it really does.
And if you talk to your average person, they just look at you like a fucking deer in the headlights if you say this to them. And then you start explaining it, and they'll actually come your direction more than any other topic. And that's why I do like talking about the war on drugs, is because
I think it depends on who you're talking to.
But I'm just saying, if you talk to like a right-wing person about abortion.
Oh, you mean a blood?
Yeah, if you talk to a blood about abortion or like religion and church and state, they're not going to budge. They're not even going to hear you. But I've had some right wingers be like, "Huh, that's interesting." Like, the same guy who just shuts you down if you talk about abortion or anything else will actually listen and be like, "Huh, that's interesting. Yeah, I never thought of that." But they still might not agree, but they'll at least. Some things will resonate, That's why I think war on drugs is like one of the few things that people on both sides could eventually agree on a lot more than they do today.
Well, the title of the article, it spells it out. How drugs won the war on drugs.
Yeah.
It's not over yet.
It's how alcohol won the war on prohibition. It's how every fucking
and alcohol, which I've been drinking tonight, and I had a hangover all day, is the most deadliest substance that kills the most people.
Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. So it ain't about health. It ain't about safety. It ain't about none of that shit. It's about It's about jobs, police jobs. It's about control of international trade. It's about a lot of things, but very few of them are actually worthwhile endeavors that the war on drugs is actually about.
It's so true, though. It really is. I mean, it's fucked up, but
I mean, a president that everybody hates, Richard Nixon. Almost everybody agrees. One of the worst presidents.
I am not a crook.
I'm not a crook. Yeah, he's really. I mean, he didn't start it, but he really did start it like it is today. And everybody hates the guy. It's like, come on, man. Like, why are we just doubling down on something that some fucking douchebag like Nixon and Reagan, one of the other worst presidents we've ever
I bet
had.
if one of those presidents like took some mushrooms, they'd wake up the next day and be like, you know what? We're gonna make this legal.
Yeah.
It opens your mind like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, man. Stimulate your mind, Craig.
Stimulate that shit, dog.
I'm gonna get you high today. What's this number at the bottom here?
That's just like like a cassette tape. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like we talked about this. I'm gonna fix the logo and do some things.
I was just curious. I saw that number at the bottom.
Yeah,
I
I didn't choose that number. It populated itself.
Well, what else we got, man? What else we got?
I got like one or two more things. So this one is a little okay. Well, here's two. So California law that bans bad cops with bad behavior from being hired again.
Well, that's hallelujah.
Halle motherfucking Maria.
Yeah. I mean, it's about fucking time we have a national database. And I know this isn't that, but it's at least one step towards that. Anybody who's a police officer should be in a database with their record on file. And if certain shit goes wrong, that name should be read and unhirable. Unhirable. Period.
Yeah, I'll read it and make it short. Title of the article. California passed a law that keeps bad cops from getting hired again. When bad cops get fired, they often just get hired by another police department. California just passed a law to stop that.
That's good. Cali, finally, Cali,
thank you.
Yeah. I mean, this is just such common sense. Is there any other profession in the fucking country where you can get fired for the worst possible fucking reasons and nobody knows about it? You can't, you know what I mean? Like assault charges, if any of us have them, you can't get any jobs. But if you're a cop, you can have a fucking assault charge and go get another police job. It's outrageous, man. Like,
let me read like a paragraph. Okay. When bad cops get fired, they often move a few towns over and get hired by another police department. Several states in the U.S. don't even have power to stop that. But California isn't one of them anymore. Thanks to a slate of new bills signed into law this past Thursday, by California Governor Gavin Newsom. He says,
and here's a quip about that. I bet you there are police unions fighting the shit out of this law right now. And if they cared about people or the image of police or anything like that besides jobs, they wouldn't be against this law. But I guarantee you they are stoutly fighting this shit as we speak right now.
Well, you know what it reminds me of? Back in the day when COVID first hit, it was in the California Police Department said, your meth might be contained with coronavirus. So the best suggestion is come to the police station and turn it in. Get the fuck out of here. Who the fuck? I mean, you, like I said at the time, you got to be so tweaked out of your mind to go turn your meth.
Yeah.
into the police station to get tested for corona
Make meth like this.
with the bubble sounds in the background. Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's a great law. I haven't read much into it, but what you just said, but sounds absolutely beautiful. Common sense. Let's do it. Let's also take restrictions off of hiring police with too high of IQs. Let's go ahead and
fuck Acevedo, by the way.
yeah, fuck avocado, man. Fuck
Yeah,
her.
good luck, Miami.
Yeah, but I mean, policing needs to change in a lot of ways, but it won't. Like as we said, it never will until the war on drugs ends. It will only get worse. But good job, California.
Props to Cali.
Yeah.
The last one article I pulled, I'm going to read it out loud. Alex Jones lied about Sandy Hook. Now he has to pay the victim's parents.
How much?
I'm about to find out. The conspiracy theorists who claim the horrifying massacre was a total hoax lost 2 big court cases this week. A judge in Austin, Texas, issued default judgments against InfoWars, which is Alex Jones's thing, host, and conspiracy theorist Alex Jones this week. How do you pronounce this word? Eviscerating Jones from his general bad faith approach to litigation and handing victories to 2 Sandy Hook parents who sued Jones for defamation.
What exactly did he lie about?
Okay, hold on. The Sandy Hook Elementary School massacre was one of the worst mass shootings in American history. Now, hold on a second. I'm going to go back to the Vegas thing. The Vegas one was way worse.
But that was after.
It was after, but
people didn't care. It was kids, man. It was little kids.
Children were involved. I get it. I get that.
Yeah.
On December 14, 2012, Adam Lanza, 20 years old, murdered 20 children, 6 teachers, and his own mother before killing himself. In the years since, however, Jones referred to the massacre as a total hoax and a false flag operation preparation by crisis actors. Since then, 9 families who lost relatives in the shooting have sued Jones, claiming he instigated harassment against them with conspiracy theories. Now, it's kind of a long article. I don't know what he got exactly.
I'm sure he said like a specific one was an actor, and then they were able to sue him. If he had kept it real general, he probably couldn't have gotten sued.
When has he ever kept it general?
Sometimes he does, but he probably talked specifically about a couple of the people, and then they became, But still, I mean, I don't know. I think you should be able to say stupid shit. I really do. But
freedom of speech, you can say what you want, and yet.
But I guess you can. I mean, you can't defame individual people if it's not true or you have no proof. I guess. So. No. See, I wanted to touch on just a couple quick little things. Okay. One is that China has cut back on their silicone metal production. Prices are up 300% for silicone metal output. So, boom, there's one probably reason chips are becoming less, more scarce, and also another item.
The semiconductor chips.
And then another item that's up 300%, in less than 2 months. That's that cost basis that we're talking about. Don't let this shit surprise you, man.
I'm sorry. We got to talk about Evergrande for like 2 seconds before we close.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Okay, another thing. In a 60 Minutes interview, the Facebook Files whistleblower says the company is misleading the public on progress against hate speech and misinformation. Shut the fuck up. It's not Facebook's job to censor people. Okay. If you don't like it, then log the fuck off or make your account private and only follow people that you fucking like.
Or
But
fucking do your own homework.
I'm sick of motherfuckers, and I'm not a fan of Zuckerberg, and I'm not even a fan of Facebook, but everybody's got to quit being fucking pussies and take personal responsibility. If our school systems don't educate people enough to think that fucking, dewormer is going to cure fucking, COVID, or that fucking, the vaccine has fucking microchips in it and shit, then that's an American problem. That's not a motherfucking Facebook problem.
Well, I got something to say about that. If you were that ignorant, then look, I'm a nobody. Like, do I honestly think a vaccine's got a chip and they're gonna track me because what the fuck why am I so important? You know? Like, and I'm not vaccinated yet. I was actually I'll have to do it this weekend, but I didn't. I am.
Bill Burr had the greatest point. He goes, the government would never, if they were going to kill anybody, it'd be all the people that don't take the vaccine. The people who take the vaccine, that's the sheeple, if you will. The people who listened and did what the government told them.
The sheeple.
That's who they want. Is the people that listen and do what they're supposed to do.
Well, you're vaccinated, so
I am.
I'm gonna get vaccinated because it's gonna fuck with my traveling restrictions.
That's why part of the reason I did it. But anyways. Whistleblower says companies misleading the public. Who gives a fuck? Facebook doesn't need to censor anything. I'm sick of all this fucking bullshit of people crying. And a lot of it revolves around A, Trump, and B, Corona. Get over it. Shut the fuck up. Move on.
Bloods. And look, if you're on Facebook and you're like having conversations, like typing like comments to other people, everybody can see that.
Yes. And these articles, and here's another point.
The fuck is wrong with you people?
These articles are part of the mainstream media's,
which is the biggest conspiracy theory of all.
This is one of their major agendas, which is to censor fucking social media and independent news sources, because they know that everybody's all butthurt about fake news on coronavirus, and a lot of people are still pissed that Trump got elected and blame Facebook and Russia. And so what people got to understand is
one man. How can you let one man?
But you don't want to give up freedoms and censorship because you're pissed about the way a few things get spun on social media. Just shut the fuck up and live your life. And then, speak
the motherfucking truth.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, and then another thing is people are talking about all these features and implementations for child safety, and should Facebook be able to sell 13-year-olds information? As real quick answer, fuck yes. Because if your kid is on their fucking site, there's no reason they shouldn't be able to use your information.
Absolutely. That's why I don't fuck with Facebook.
It's like, I don't give a shit about your kids. People quit legislating because of fucking people and their kids. Fuck your kids. Freedom is freedom. That's why I think if you don't want to wear a mask, you shouldn't have to. If you don't want to get vaccinated, you shouldn't have to. Now, there may be consequences to that.
There might be, but I gotta give a shout out, from the Slim Reaper. Speed means freedom of the soul.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think we gotta quit legislating things where it's like it's for one little reason and it has far-reaching consequences. It's like, let's live with some problems and not just legislate the shit out of everything. You know what I mean? I wish
it was that easy. I do.
It is. Common sense is common sense.
Well, yeah, but most Americans don't have common sense.
But you want to hear my solution to the vaccine problem?
Of course I do. Of course I do.
If you're not vaccinated, and you go to the hospital for COVID, your insurance company shouldn't have to cover a single fucking thing.
Well, fuck you.
And you should be lower priority than anybody who is vaccinated and is in the hospital.
Well, okay. 3 or 4 months ago, you're like, I ain't getting vaccinated. Nah. And then you did. You caved. Okay. I'm getting mine.
I'm just saying, if you want to, you shouldn't make people get it, but there can be consequences for not getting it.
You can still get it if you have the vaccine.
I know. I'm not changing my stripes on this. If I wasn't vaccinated, I would say the same thing. Is okay, if I'm going to roll the dice, my insurance company shouldn't have to pay the fucking price if I end up on a ventilator for a month and a half. right? I mean, that's just common sense.
I agree with it to an extent because everybody deserves to, like, regardless if they decided not to get it or get it, like, they shouldn't be treated differently.
But say the hospital's full. You got one bed left. You have one guy who's vaccinated who's needing hospital attention and one guy who's not.
Okay,
You have to make a choice.
Right, but your insurance should still cover.
Why?
Why not? Because what if I refuse to take a flu shot and I get the flu and I get real sick?
And that again, there it is again. Like, you legislate for one thing and then there's all these far-reaching consequences. So maybe there shouldn't be anything. Now, here's the one thing is countries can say you can't come in if you're not vaccinated.
No, that's the main reason why I'm doing it. Because
fair enough.
Enough time has passed now till I realize that we're not going to turn into zombies. I'm comfortable with it. I'm going to get it. I was going to get it this weekend. I didn't, but I'll get it this week, and it is what it is. But like I said, I got it. I got the antibodies. I'm blood.
Yeah, and you know what? I'll take back what I said. Fine, the insurance company shouldn't be off the hook because fuck the insurance companies anyway. But I will say,
because we pay the premiums every month.
I will say this: if the hospitals are full and one guy's vaccinated, one's not, then the other guy maybe should get a little fucking leg up.
Priority.
Yes,
I agree with that, 100%. I do agree with that. This whole thing has look. We've been talking about this since COVID started. I mean, again, TIZZ gang, it is gang war out here. It is Bloods and Crips, and it's like mandates versus non-mandates, mask versus non-mask. It's crazy, especially down here in Texas. It's insane.
Yeah, and here's the deal. Is a lot of times things that are said are false, because here's where it starts is with coronavirus and Trump, right? Well, in a few years, maybe something else is going on. The government is completely lying about something, or maybe there's something that's not being talked about by the mainstream media, and you're only going to see it on social media. And now all these social medias are forced to censor anything that is deemed incorrect by who, mind you. And then all of a sudden, you've censored something that would be useful. You know what I mean? Like,
if you're an idiot that relies on social media information, get the fuck out of here.
Exactly.
Go do your own due diligence. Go do your own homework, TIZZ gang. Like, come on, don't be a fucking retard. And please do not rely on the mainstream media on what they tell you. I know I've said this a million times, but that's the biggest conspiracy theory that there is. If you think about it. Maybe it's happening, but don't just take their word for it. Fucking look it up. Now, there is a lot of misinformation on the internet. I get that.
Of course.
Which is a big problem.
Of course.
But don't rely on just Fox News or CNBC or CNN. Like, don't just like, oh, that's what they said. That's what's happening. No, absolutely not. Be smart in that. Come on.
So global VC funding for semiconductor startups has reached $3.7 billion in 2021, up from 2020's record $3.4 billion, with US-based startups raising $1.7 billion. So that's not as much as I would have thought. Less than 10% increase for semiconductor startups when you're dealing with a shortage of this magnitude.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I would think you would have had like double,
or triple. I don't even know. The supply chain is all fucked up, and you know that, like wood, like construction, but the chip thing is putting everything on hold.
Yes, it is, and it's just stupid. But it's one of those things where it's like you scratch your head and think, can't you just produce as many of these fucking things as you need? You know what I mean? You think you could stamp them motherfuckers out like no other, but no.
It's the world we live in, too.
And this guy says, Taiwan TSMC chairman Mark Liu on U.S.-China tensions, the push for semiconductor localization in the U.S., which he says will not improve supply chain resilience. I tend to agree with him. Unless all the inputs can be produced in America, it doesn't matter. If you assemble them here, it doesn't matter. It's not the assembly that's the problem. It's all the inputs that it takes to create them. That's the problem. You know what I mean? It's not
I totally understand. Like, say no more. I am following you 100%. I think that this whole thing is fucked up, and it goes beyond the supply chain. I mean, it's so embedded. The chips are by far the worst, but like, look at lumber.
Yeah, lumber, and lumber is not even the big copper, um, insulation, silicone, motherfucking shingles. About the only thing that hasn't really gone up is concrete, and it's ticking up a little bit, but it's stayed pretty level. Every other input that goes into building a building or a house has gone up pretty dramatically. Whether
And
it's
I know this like to a T because I do commercial real estate. And I
aluminum,
know,
steel, copper. And guys, what they're calling a supply chain too, these prices are not, most of them, this is the new price for steel. This is the new price for copper. It's not going to come down anytime soon. You may see like little dips as like supply does catch up, but until all these new manufacturers come online and then oversupply the market with any of these goods, until then, which is years down the road, you're not going to see a reversal.
yeah, it's going to be a 5-year period, in my opinion.
Yeah, then you'll see too much coming online at one time as everybody tries to profit off of, what the big boys are just benefiting from right now.
Well, yeah, they're going to buy the dip and hopefully sell the rip.
Yeah, so it's
It brings me back to the lumber liquidator scam back in like 4 years ago or something.
the what?
LL lumber liquidators. They got
yeah.
heavily fucking investigated.
Yeah. Well, there's only I think 5 major suppliers of lumber to all the lumber mills. So you do the math.
No, I get that. All right, last thing to this gang, as I always just short, brief, touch on mental health. And I got one article. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm going to read the title. Where to start when you're thinking of getting therapy. Therapy has been a part of Megan Barton Hansen's routine on and off for years. Here's her advice for anyone thinking about giving it a go. Now I'm going to stop right there. I tried this shit. I have that personality. I argue, and I can't agree with these therapists, but that's me. That's why I run this podcast. This is my therapy. But I'm gonna do 2 paragraphs. We're gonna cut it. We're gonna go. When I was 16, 17, I felt like shit, and I felt guilty about it. I was lonely, I was isolated, and I was struggling with comments about my sexuality from people at school. But because nothing massively traumatic had happened to me, she didn't feel like she deserved help for, her situation. Still, she couldn't shake the feeling of sadness and numbness. I asked my mom, obviously she's British, what I should do. And thankfully, she was very understanding, her mother. We made a doctor's appointment and I got referred for 6 therapy sessions on NHS. I don't know what that means. NHS.
National Health Service.
Okay. Now, I'm going to read this last right. I'm done. I struggle with depression sometimes, guys. I'm willingly, openly admitting that. I spend a lot of time alone. I'm okay with it. I got my boy Toowoketogobroke, talk to every day. We just closed that deal. It's not the biggest deal, but we closed it.
Hey, deal's a deal.
Now, therapy is a part of my routine, as it is for many people. Despite that, there's still a stigma attached to therapy, and some people struggle to understand it. TIZZ.
You know what I think is that they should push. Here's the stigma, and here's why it has a stigma. Well, there's a lot of reasons, but one major reason I think it could be overcome is maybe they should give, as next time they have a rollout of like some Obamacare shit, or if we're going to socialize medicine a little more, or maybe even just make insurance companies give us a little more for free, or more for our money, not for free. But maybe, they can have people go, you get a little discount on your insurance if you go to 3 or 4 therapy sessions a year. You know what I mean? And it doesn't have to be for a problem. I think if people just started going to therapy for like not only problems, but also like philosophy and strategy, a lot of strategy in life can come down to therapy, because a lot of times you don't know exactly like where someone was coming from when they were maybe doing something at work that maybe undermined you or this or that. You could get a lot of strategy and just help aspects of your life. It doesn't have to be depression that a therapist could probably help you with. You know what I mean? Like,
it could be anxiety. It could be all
and I
sorts
think
of shit.
now people say, well, I just mean you could not even have a problem. You just want to better understand like dynamics at work, or maybe you want to better be able to deal with, a kid or your wife or whoever it is. It doesn't necessarily have to be like,
go to an AA meeting.
it doesn't have to be I'm depressed or I'm anxious.
You don't even have to be an alcoholic. You can go to an AA meeting and listen to these stories.
Yeah. And so what I'm trying to say is like, I think people think if they say they're seeing a therapist, people just think they're like a nut job or they got big problems. And therapy can probably benefit like everyone. I think it'd be cool to have like an advisor or somebody you can talk to, just even if it's just spitballing your own ideas and getting like devil's advocate or getting their input on your ideas. Like, I think, I can see the benefits beyond, but beyond the stigma of what it's like.
I mean, Tuvo, that's what you are to me on this show.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Is it
That
true?
feels good. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that is why the TIZZ Talk podcast exists.
Yeah.
So I can just speak. And I'm not afraid to admit that, yes, I do suffer from depression from time to time. I mean, who doesn't?
Mm-hmm.
I just always like to touch on this topic because, as shout out Ross Boland, RBP, gang, you are not alone. You are not alone.
Yeah. No, it's true, man. And
let's cut it here. I think it was a good one.
hey, just one thought about the Rolling Stones list.
Yeah, yes.
At least there was, you know what? I got to give them some props. At least there wasn't a Drake song in the top 50.
Thank God.
Because they could have easily done it. They could have easily done it.
If CLB made top 10, give me a pistol. I'm going to shoot myself.
And you know what? Get Your Freak On is better than any Drake song.
So true. So true. So true.
So let's end on that note.
Well, all right. Well, I'm going to, you know how we do this. I'm going to give my peace out. So I didn't watch the NFL today. Did the Texans win?
I watched very little myself, man. To be honest, man, I can't really, sometimes I'll be into it, but for the most part, man, the minute I see one really bad penalty or call turn a game, I just got to turn that shit off, man. Like, I was watching the Green Bay Packers.
Oh my God. The fucking Bills beat the Texans 40-0.
Nice.
Holy shit.
I was watching Green Bay Packers versus the Steelers. They called offsides on a kick block that went for a touchdown. After watching the replay, there was no off. It was a bullshit ass call. Like, the refs just ruined so many games in the NFL, man. I almost just can't even watch anymore, dude. Like,
I don't watch the NFL. I don't watch college football. I just have no interest. Period.
Yeah, sports for me have kind of just, I don't know. Unfortunately, I'll watch a big game or this or that, but that week to week bullshit, man, it's like, it's just a fucking waste of time, distraction.
Well, I'll tell you this: the Astros, they're kicking ass.
Astros, baby.
Yeah, and fuck all you haters.
Yeah, I mean, if you think every team wasn't cheating like that, you're out of your mind. They all were cheating. I bet you the fucking Dodgers were cheating at the same time.
I can almost guarantee it.
It's baseball. That's not even cheating, really.
You made the best point. It's like baseball is a game of stealing bases, stealing.
Yeah, the first guy to show up with a glove. You think he wasn't cheating at the time? The first guy to show up stole a base. The first team, Jackie Robinson, the first team with a black guy. That was cheating at the time. You know what I mean? Like, it's all cheating.
Hey, all you Dodgers and Yankees fans out there, I got 2 words for you. Suck it. Deal
Yeah,
with
we won, bitch.
it. Yeah, fuck it. Fuck you.
Yes, fuck it. And I kind of like that we won dirty anyway. It's the dirty South.
We didn't win dirty. We got they can say whatever they want, but it doesn't matter. All right, we're gonna end this. So I'm gonna give my outros.
Okay.
If you TIZZ gang, if you want to follow me on Instagram, I got 2. I got at Chuck Taco with 2 C's. That's my personal account. And then I got at TIZZ Talk Podcast. Give us some love. Give us some love. You have your duties. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I always end my show with the same thing. I'm gonna start. Here we go. Get your fucking mind correct. Okay. Get your fucking mind correct. Like, get it correct. And then when you get it correct, keep it correct. Because that's the hardest part. And you know what? It is. He doesn't ask why. He asks, why the fuck not? Now, I'm doing it because TIZZ didn't show up. Holler at the TIZZ for honor, to getting honor, to staying honor. And if you can't come in her, come on her. That's all I got to say. What do you got?
I'll just same old shit, man. You know, didn't that. And, you know, I got to say, it's just, I think people got to, you know, make a little bit of a move. You know, if you're doing well, get you a little rental property. If you're not doing too good, try to buy yourself a little home right now, even if it's USDA loan, FHA. Shit ain't coming down. Rents are going to go up.
Prices are high right now, man.
They are, but I don't actually think they're going to come down based on the cost of.
No, I didn't say that. I'm just saying they're high.
Yeah, I agree. But if you can get yourself into like an FHA or USDA situation, here's the thing that they're lying. Here's why they're tricking you right now. Okay. I'm glad this happened because this was kind of an accident. But one thing I wanted to explain about buying real estate right now is the interest rate is so low that the price could be 30, 40 grand, 10% less. And over the period of your loan, you're going to pay less money than you may in 2 years if you got it at a lower price with a higher interest rate. You feel me, too?
Oh, 100%.
So don't be fooled by 20. Oh, this is priced 20 grand too high or 30 grand. Over the years on that loan, if you
plan on appreciate. It's gonna appreciate.
But the fucking interest rate's so low that you're still spending less than you would if you got the house for 5% interest.
But it's still gonna appreciate.
It's still gonna appreciate, and the interest rates are gonna go up at some point. Would you rather pay 20 grand more now at 2% interest, or pay 20 grand less at 6%? You'd rather pay 20 more now.
Are you asking me? Because
I'm saying that's going to be tens and tens and tens, if not 100 grand more over 20 years. You know what I mean? Like, so fuck the price. It's all about the rate. It's about the rate.
No, I get it. People are skeptical about these high rates of housing market, but we can get into that.
Yeah, but anyways, get yourself a crib. Don't be a sucker because these rents are going to go up, and if you're living paycheck to paycheck now,
my shit's solid.
I'm talking to the people living paycheck to paycheck.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm telling you, break the cycle. You got to escape before this shit hits and shit goes through the roof, man. You got to get yourself a little piece of some kind of pie.
Yeah, you want that mailbox money, don't you?
Yeah, or at least avoid paying somebody else's mortgage. But anyways, dit and dat and the other. You know, it's all about dit. You can't have dit without dat. Dit is dat.
Dit is that, and as we said, you know, king of nothing mountain, baby.
Yeah, don't be the king of nothing mountain. You know what I mean? Like, show love, show respect, build something, talk about some shit. Don't argue about who the king of nothing mountain is.
Yeah, don't flex your Rolex especially if it's not yours.
Yeah, exactly, man. And so
I'm like the babysitter of the bag boys. It's insane. Yeah,
I'd say you know, I like your toasts. I like another one I heard the other day is an old classic is may none of us go to hell but always be on our way.
You saw that one where the meme I did where it was like the wife and the son, and it was like mama, and she's like, get the hell away from me or some shit like that. Like, go fuck yourself. That meme that you liked it. You remember what I'm talking about?
Oh,
Yeah, well, I'll show it to you again.
okay.
It's rare I get a ha 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 like a like from Toowoketogobroke, but it was
What
like
was it? Now I'm like, what was it?
it was like a cartoon. It was like I forgot what the caption was, but it was like it was a mom and the kid behind her, and the kid was like mama, and she's like go fuck yourself or something like that, like you know what I mean, and you laughed at I don't know exactly what
I remember what you're talking about. Yeah, that was good shit.
I found that and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get ripped up for this one. But people can rip me up all they want. I got 2 words for you. Suck it.
Suck it.
What are you gonna do about it, baby? You won't stop me. Anybody gonna stop me, and nobody's stopping Toowoketogobroke. So
Nah, hell no, man.
nah. I don't care who the president is. I don't care what anything is.
Nah.
We gonna keep doing our thing.
Yeah, Biden, Trump, I don't give a fuck.
Nah, why should you?
I'm getting mine. Too woke to go broke.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Too woke to go motherfucking broke. And that is the end of YouTube TIZZ Talk episode number 2. I think this is audio episode number 45. We are doing this shit. And I love this new platform where we can like be next to each other, you know?
Yeah.
It's just gonna go bigger from here, guys. It's just gonna go bigger from here.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I'm gonna say peace out, Cub Scout. Thank you for being on the show once again. sTIZZ, we're coming at you, bro.
Yeah, man. sTIZZ, I don't want you canceling for such pussified reasons anymore, man. Like, I can handle anything. You can say I was just gonna go home and
I
drink.
mean, we'd rather just have you with your shitty microphone, okay?
Yeah, at this point, man. But baby showers, come on, dog.
He's gonna hear this and be so mad.
You must be whipped. He must have a girl that's got him on lock right now.
Oh no, 100%.
Okay, 100%. See, I can see through you, sTIZZ. I know you wouldn't act so
sus.
Yeah, so sus, man. So sus, dude. I know you wouldn't.
All right, well, I gotta say it over there.
Hey, next show. I want one thing.
Break kid.
I want one thing from you next show.
What up?
I want you to pull up a couple more of them photos you sent me last week. That really made my night. I liked seeing that photo, man. That was
I have like 5,000 photos.
Well, let me see some more. Let maybe.
I was just going through them. They're not titled. They're just like numbered. Like it's a bunch of numbers. Like that's it. So I'm just but I do have categorized by year.
Okay.
And by year, it's like summer 2017, spring. So I can, I know I put them in order.
Oh, yeah. Send me some, man. Send me some.
I will. It's just gonna take me a little bit of time to get through this shit. I got a lot.
But yeah, shout out to we had shout out to fucking Bronson, but shout out to everyone that was in the photo. We got A-Train, we got TIZZ,
Jaderay, we had
Jade. Yeah, that was funny, man.
We had
Jade. Shout out to Jade. I know she's doing some pretty cool shit these days.
Shit. Shout out to Jaderay and Lady James with her brand.
Lost touch with her after college a bit, but we were pretty good homies in college.
No, she's doing good. She's doing good, man. She's doing good.
We smoked many a blunts together in college and had some fun. She was chilling with.
I think we all smoked many a blunts together in college.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I'm just saying, like, we still talk is my point. But yeah, Jay, big shout out to Jade and what she got.
Shout out to Jaderay and her brand, Lady J's. Look it up.
She's got the weed business, and does she have a clothing business still, or jewelry, or what's her?
I know she's got the Lady J's, the Delta 8, or the CBD, cigarettes.
Yeah, but she's on the real weed too, right? She's got some THC.
Yeah. Well, yeah, out in Oregon. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's what I thought, man. Cool, man. That's real cool.
But yeah, man. Good show. I'll be doing a little bit of editing on the video. Now this makes it more difficult for me too. Look, I got to edit video and I got to edit audio.
Damn.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Can't forget about my radio.
Make crack like this.
It's the TIZZ Talk Podcast.